Hello and welcome to today's podcast. In this show, I'm going to be telling you 3 beliefs that kept me stuck in chronic fatigue for years. Okay, so the very first one that I would find myself what struck the inspiration for this episode is that I saw a note that I kept on an online journal that I have. I saw it that it was from about 5 years ago. And as I was reading through it, I was like, oh, that's right. That's what I used to think about my energy. That's how I used to process what was going on. And I would blame things for why I felt so low energy, why I felt like I was just going through sludge, is what I would describe it as. I would describe it as like my whole body felt like I was just trying to move through this sludge, through mud. It just took so much exertion and so much energy to do anything. And I thought that the 3 things that I talked about in this note that I had sent to myself were what was responsible, instead of learning about how regulating my nervous system was actually what would be the thing that could help to alleviate the symptom of fatigue. So I want to tell you these 3 beliefs because a lot of the people that I talk to have these beliefs too, and they also keep my clients or other people that I talk to stuck in this cycle of chronic fatigue. Okay, so the first one is that I was writing in this journal entry to myself was that I just needed better routines. Now, the problem with that is that I was beating myself up for not having everything figured out, and that kept me in a low energy state because when you are beating yourself up, it is out of fear. It's never out of love. And when you are buying into that fear state, it puts you into a survival state, okay? It kept me in this hopeless and confused and despair energy. And believing that I just needed better routines and I just couldn't figure it out didn't give me answers. There was no alignment with the flow state, which I've talked about in previous episodes, which is that where the most easy way to access that flow state is through being in the parasympathetic, calm, rest and digest, or tend and befriend state. So here's the truth, okay? Here's the truth that I didn't know I needed when I thought, oh, it's just my routines that are out of whack. Like if I just was more regimented and I made sure that I did everything in a certain order and found the right order, then I would have tons of energy, okay? Here's the actual truth. The actual truth, and you can take this for yourself too, is that you are exactly where you need to be right now. If you're tired, your body has a really good reason for being tired. Just let yourself be tired. And you don't need to figure out why. Trying to figure out why you are in that state is what keeps you stuck in the hypervigilant state, where everything is just so hard and you can't find a way to be okay, right? Now, even in my program, I do talk about rhythms and routines, but the reason that I talk about it is because so many people have it backwards that if you could just find the right rhythm, the right routines, the right habits, then all of your problems would go away. It's just not that way. The way that it is finding alignment with your energy state and then allowing yourself to flow into what rhythms and routines serve you in that moment based on what you are going through in your body. Okay? So, here is belief number 2 that kept me stuck in chronic fatigue for years. I just didn't sleep well enough. Did you know that these are thoughts? These are beliefs. They are not the truth with a capital T. They are not the circumstance. Believing that if you just slept better, that you would not feel tired is optional, okay? So I used to think I have to go to bed earlier, or I need more high quality sleep, or I need a better REM state. I just need to wake up earlier or not take a late nap in the afternoon. So if I didn't do all of those things, then I would be able to have enough energy. So what happened when I was thinking those things, though, is that all of those negative judgments that I was having about my sleep kept me from sleeping well. Isn't that so funny? Those worried things, those are the things you worry about when you are going to sleep. It's like, oh, am I going to get a good sleep tonight? Am I going to stay asleep? All of that is another cue to you. Hey, I'm in the hypervigilant state. I am actively looking for danger right now. So let me tell you the truth about sleep, okay? Sleep is good. I love sleep. I think that the solution for when you're tired is to sleep. Revolutionary, right? But the truth is that if your body needs sleep, she's going to get it, okay? You're never going to get to a point where you just are not able to get any sleep, okay? How do I know this? I lived in Japan for 2 years. And there were these people that would be on the train next to me, and they would sit up and they would fall asleep, sitting up. Or some of them would stand up, like just leaning against a pole, and they would be full on sleeping and almost snoring while they were standing up. If your body really, really needs to sleep, she's gonna sleep, okay? And when you start to believe, if my body needs sleep, she's gonna get it. She's gonna get exactly what she needs. That puts you in a state of abundance around sleep. Letting go of the fear and the worry state, okay? It helps you to be in a relaxed state so that you actually can fall asleep and have higher quality sleep. I know it's so counterintuitive. Feels like if I tell myself I just need to do better and I need to get more sleep, then I will get more sleep, but I promise it's the opposite. It's when you believe that your body will get the exact amount of rest and sleep that she needs, that you're able to come to a calmer state and be able to fall asleep and stay asleep, okay? All right, and let's see. Worrying about sleep will keep you stuck in the hypervigilant and prevent you from sleeping, which can contribute to the despair and hopelessness, the hopeless stories and emotions that put you into the hypovigilant state, which when you're in hypovigilant, that's where fatigue lives. So sleep is not the problem. That is the truth. Okay, third thing, and this is, again, something that I hear so often and something that I really fell prey to for years and years. I would feel tired. I would feel this sluggish fatigue. I'd feel like maybe some like muscle aches or some joint aches. I'd be like, I know, must have been something I ate. So I would go back over every food decision that I'd made, and I was thinking about if I had a bad reaction to it before, or if it was something that was off about what I ate, and then I started connecting, like, oh, if I eat this thing, then like my knees get achy, and I can't move around as well. And I was blaming my energy on the food and getting hypervigilant about any of the symptoms that I was having, okay? And this is what I see so many people do, is they want to have a place, they want to have something to blame for why they feel bad in their bodies, okay? So, let's see. So, like I said, we want to blame the food instead of recognizing, hey, this is actually showing me that if I'm having these symptoms, I'm in an escalated nervous system state. Maybe even when I was eating that food. But it's all about how I'm processing and handling the stress that I was feeling. And it usually has something to do with a situation that you are in and feeling out of sorts about that instead of the food, which, funny enough, when you are having a hard time dealing with the stress around something that's happening, it affects your food choices. So you probably aren't making the best choices around food because of the stress that you're living in, because you're not processing and allowing your body to experience the emotions, and you're staying in an escalated nervous system state without having any reprieve of going into that safety zone, that zone of the rest and digest. Because when you are in a survival state, all of the functions outside of keeping you alive and running away from that bear or lion or whatever the primal instinct is, all of your energy is diverted to, okay, let's give her lots of energy so that she can run and escape whatever danger it is. So we're going to shut down any digestion because that isn't something that's going to keep you alive. And so what happens is we get into this cycle of stress where you are in this fight or flight, digestion is shut down, and then you're using that escalated energy so much to actually sink down into the hypovigilant state, which also doesn't promote digestion because you are in this collapse state where it's the survival of playing dead as an animal, okay? And when you are in that overactive or underactive nervous system state, digestion is just not prioritized. And if you don't complete that cycle of being able to return to safety, because that's what animals do, like they outrun a lion, and then they are able to shake and do some nervous system things to calm themselves down, and then they go back to safety. But us as humans, a lot of times we get really, really activated, go really, really high up, and then feel like this is not taking care of the threat. So we just feel this despair. And so we skip through the part about being back to a regulated state, flexibly flowing and expanding the amount of time that you feel safety in that zone. And so you aren't able to digest food as well as you would have. But it has to do with your nervous system and not the food that you eat. I was just having a conversation with another friend about this just earlier this week. And she was talking about how, I think I'm going to go get some testing done for sensitivities. And believe me, my friends, I have been on every single elimination diet. I have seen functional medicine doctors. I have taken every single thing out of my diet. Those food sensitivity tests, they are not scientifically validated. I have done them, but it depends on so much of what's happening in your body. False positives are common, and they can occur up to 50% of the time. So these food sensitivity tests are not recommended, okay? They're testing for IgG antibodies, and that's not a trigger. Those don't trigger an allergy. It's entirely normal to have those in your blood after eating. So it demonstrates an exposure to the food, not tolerance or intolerance, okay? So it isn't about what you ate. It's not about you getting the best sleep, and it's not about finding the right routine that's going to magically solve all of your issues. It really has to do with how you are dealing with situations in your life, like stressful things, if you are seeing them as dangerous, okay? And being able to teach yourself what is safe. Because many of the things that your nervous system has picked up as dangerous are decisions that you made before you were the age of 7. These are just automatic responses that happen in your body. So it's not your schedule, it's not your sleep, and it's not what you ate. It's how you're responding to the events in your life. It's how your body got programmed to respond to the events of your life when you were very young. So the invitation is to reprogram your relationship with these things in order to get your energy back. You can live a schedule where you accomplish what you would like without always stressing about yourself sick. And you can sleep when you want without shaming the kind of sleep that you're getting. And you can eat what feels good and abundant in your body when you decide that foods are safe and begin adding in what feels good to you. If you think that something's going to be bad for you to eat, I'm not telling you, okay, well go, if you've been avoiding gluten and dairy, like go eat a pizza, because you're probably, if you think it's going to be bad for you. Because just as the placebo effect is real, I mean, it's so real that that's part of what people study when we do scientific studies and research. There's also the nocebo effect. If you think that something is going to be bad for you, it will show up bad for you because you are activating survival states. That's the reason, not because it's necessarily bad or not. I'm not talking about allergic reactions. I'm talking about intolerances, okay? Or if you've been diagnosed with like a celiac disease, that's different than these intolerances that we mistake as activated nervous system versus a food that I can't eat ever again, okay? So if you want to explore how your body's nervous system is contributing to your fatigue, I would love for you to schedule a fatigue recovery call with me to find out how to reverse your fatigue and live the energetic, vibrant life that you crave. All right, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I will see you next time. Have an incredible day. Bye-bye.